It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Yole Akinowo meant different things to different people and many things to many people.
Yole was wise beyond his age. He was very forward-looking. He was innovative in his thoughts.
Well, I met Yole, I think, probably in the late 80s, not that long. At that time, animation was like magic to everybody. We thought it was totally impossible. If you wanted to do animation, a 1 minute animation then, you'd be paying like, for 1 second of 1 minute, you'd be paying like £4,000 or £5,000. So it was like something we didn't even think about when it comes to television commercials or musical videos or anything then. So for the first time, we saw the possibilities of doing animation. And that was how I met Yole. When you mentioned a few names then, the only 3 names came to bear. We had Yole, we had Nitro, there was Niyi, it's also late, how sad. And then we had Martin. But Yole was actually their Oga Patapata.
Yole used to work with us on a lot of production, especially in the area of graphics and animation, which was then a very exclusive kind of area. And he was the master, and we used to call him in, and we used to work together and develop ideas for our TV commercials, documentaries, and all those kind of things.
He was the best animator in the industry because he could do both cartoons. Yes, I could do cartoons, but he did cartoons well, both 3D and 2D cartoons. He handled 3D, 2D cartoons, and then the only thing was even his setup was something else.
Yole was my boss, even though I was older than him, but he was my boss, and we did relate like a boss, employee. And beyond that, I learned a lot of things from him, especially in terms of management. And looking back all through these years, they're still with me. There's still some of the things I still use in my everyday managerial life. Even when I became a boss, I would always remember how Yole related to me as the boss.
I think I'm very fortunate to have been his friend. And I was friends with Yole, I think, both during work and after work. So, because Yole was, in my time, Yole was the only person around my age that was running his own business, as far as I knew, in TV production. And I gravitated to him very naturally. He was was a crazy guy.
This whole idea is to just do a social media noise making about Yole and then show what he has done and then try to immortalize him. At least once we have a social media presence for him, then everybody will remember him, and every year they can always just go to his social media page and then make comments or upload whatever they have.
He had a very collaborative nature. Yole was able to work with so many different kinds of people.
To be frank, you would say that Yole was a pioneer because most of the things people are doing today had a link to Yole because he had quite a number of people that worked with him, and then he had a lot of people who looked up to him.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way, from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Yole, to me, means innovation. Yole, to me, means creativity. But more than anything else, Yole, to me, I remember him greatly from our meetings at ITPAN. He just had this infectious smile, this infectious laughter.
Yole was, and I think still remains, an emblem of youthful drive and passion, in making a mark in the realm of creativity.
Yole for me stands for 4 things. 1, focus. Business intelligence, organization, and specialization.
One major thing that I learned from Yole is attention to detail. He really, in fact, he overemphasized it and demanded it from me. Later on, I caught the fever, and to the point where he started complaining that I was overdoing it.
Yole for me is a man who had touched so many lives, especially in the industry of production. And he's still touching lives because the lives he touched then are still touching other people's lives. The people he mentored then are still mentoring others.
Yole, to me, is a perfectionist. He was the son everyone wished they had. Yole was the friend everyone wished they had. He was what everybody wanted their child to emulate in one way or the other. He was that perfect. He was that perfect son.
For me, Yole lived in the future.
I remember Yole for his professionalism, his creativity, and most importantly, his humility and readiness to learn.